Hello and welcome to another Learn tutorial. In this tutorial I'll show you how you can make tables in Python so that you can turn your Python lists, which look a bit like this, and make them look nice and pretty just like that. Okie dokie, good stuff. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is create yourself a new file. I've called mine tabletutorial.py, but you can call yours whatever you want to call it. And you're going to need some raw data. I've got this file here, my mock data. I've got it in a CSV file, but you could just type yours directly into Python in a two-dimensional list if that's what you've got. But I'm going to use this data and I'm going to import it as a CSV. I'll put this in the link as well as a link in the tutorial if you want to use this data as your example. Okie dokie, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is I'll import CSV. And we'll read that CSV file into a Python list. So create a CSV reader, open the data, which is called mock data.csv. Again, you can skip this if you've got your own list already, but this is what I'm doing for my example. There we go. Read it, create an empty data list, and then read through that reader for row in reader. So we go through each row in the reader, oops, and we add each row to the list. There we go. We're brilliant. And what we'll do now, after we've added all of the rows, is we'll just print that list. So print data, just to show you that it's done. Okay, so let's save that. Brilliant, and that's called table tutorial. Python table tutorial.py. There you go. So you can see it now. It's read all of that data from the CSV file into this two-dimensional list. Good, brilliant. So we've got the data in there. Now all we need to do is we need to start doing stuff with it. What we'll also do here is the top row of our file, if you look here, first name, last name, is the header row with all of the titles. So we'll take that out of our data list and we'll call that the header. So header equals data.pop0, which means get item 0, which is the first line, because Python starts counting at 0. So it gets the first item and it saves it as in the variable header. Good. Now, before we start creating our table, if you look at the table here, you'll see that each of the columns here is a fixed length, and they're all the same. Now, in order to do that, we need to decide on how long or how many characters we're going to allow. Because if you look here at Hillier, there you go, he can fit on well, he can fit on well, that can all fit on well. But his address doesn't all fit on. The addresses might be really, really long. So we need to decide on what the longest address we're going to allow is, etc. So how do we do that? Well, all we do is we just decide on the length that we want to do it. And we need to chop off the rest. So we need to create ourselves a little function to do this. And I'm going to call it, it's going to be called fixed length. And the idea is our function, it takes some text and it takes the length of the text that we want to make it. And all it does is, if it's too long, it makes it shorter. If it's too short, then it pads a bit of spaces on the end of it, so it's all a fixed length. And if it's just right, it doesn't do anything. It just returns the original length of text. So if the length of the text is greater than the length that we want it to be, then what we do is we text equals text brackets and we just chop off the extra. There we go. Chop off the extra. Oops, just move that in there. Otherwise, if the length of the text is shorter than the length that we want it, yeah. Oops, that's not right, is it? If the length of the temp is shorter than length, there we go. Then what we do is we add some bits to it. So we go text equals brackets text plus times length. And what this does now is it takes the original text and it adds on loads of spaces. How many does it add on? Well, it adds on whatever the length is that you specified as the length. So if it's, if the length is 50, then it adds on all of those, adds on 50, regardless of how long this bit is. And then what it does is we just chop off there everything after the length that we've asked for. So it will just chop it to the right amount. There we go, done. And then all we need to do there now is return text. So notice here we haven't had to bother about the correct length text because we just don't do anything to it if it's the right length, in which case we just return it. So there we go. So there's that function there. Good. So now what we need to do is we need to start printing out our header. So how do we do that? Well, we go, okay, for each column in the header, there we are, and we're going to print, and we don't print the column itself in its normal format. What we do is we pump the column first into the fixed length function, and we say, okay, take that column, put whatever's in that column into this function, and I'm going to use 20 as the maximum number of characters, and we do end equals, and what we'll do is we'll do some spaces like that at the end. Good. And now what will happen is it will go through. The reason I've done this end equals and then these empty spaces here is it means that after each item, instead of doing a return and moving down to the next line, it just puts something else there instead. And in this instance, it just puts some empty spaces. So now, and then once we've done that for column and header, it's only got one column anyway. It's only got one row in there. Once we do that, we'll just print an empty line to make it move on. There we go, print. I'll get rid of that print data now as well because we don't need that one there now, because we just needed that for the example before. And now, if we run our tutorial, there you go. First name, last name, email, address, city, and they're all evenly spaced. Now, if you look here though, what we need to do also is we need to do some hashtags on the left of each one. So how do we do that? Well, really quite easy. What we do is we put the hashtag there, which actually adds it to the, oops, my keyboard language has gone wrong. Let's try it back there. Where's that gone? Nope. It was right in the first place. Must have hit the wrong thing. Ooh. Where's that gone? Ah, there it is. Found it. Good. So what this does now is we add a hashtag in the middle of those there. So let's just save that and let's run that there. And now it actually puts it on the right hand side of each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is okay. We then just need one on the left hand side with a space. So then all we need to do is we say, okay, well, before we start going through each of the columns here, what we'll do is we'll just print out a little hashtag there. There we go. And again, don't allow it to return to the next line. There we go. And now, save that. Hey, hashtag. Good. Brilliant. We also need to put a full line of hashtags along the top of here above it to make it go all the way across. So how do you do that? Well, that's nice and easy. We can put it above there. All we do is we just do another hashtag there, and we multiply it by the number of items. And I did this before, and for me it was 126. It depends on that 20 there really as to and how many columns you've got as to how long it's going to be, but I've got 126. Hey, that's not too bad, is it there? It's getting quite close. I've got too many, and I think what I need to do there is I think I'll just put another space either side of those there. There you go. You can have a play with it. There you go. Brilliant. So now you've got the top of your table and you've got the right hand side. And what we need to do now is we'll just do another row below there to do more hashtags ready before you start the actual table. So literally you're just going to copy that one there. There we are. So let's put that in there. And that now, if we save it, hey, you've got the header of your table. Perfect. Good. So there's the header of the table. And now all we need to do is we just need to do all of the rows in the table. And actually, it's not much different to this. However, as well as going through each column, we also need to do something for each row as well. So it's going to be a double nested loop. So your outer loop is going to be all the rows. So for row in row, for each row in data. There we go. And what we're going to need to do there is we'll do the same thing as we did before, where we just print that little the hashtag at the start of the row. So hashtag at the start of the row. And now we do a similar thing here where we do for each column in the row. So for column in row, and this is going to go for each row in all of these rows here in the actual table. And for each column in the row, all we do is the same as what we did before. There we go. For column in row. Hey. For each of the columns, but after the end of each column, sorry, after the end of each row, we need to do an empty space, which moves us on to the next row. There we go. So we do that. Let's save that. Hey, brilliant. There it is. Table, 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 all the way along. And finally, after the entire table, we'll just print out some. There we go. Print out a hashtag there for the bottom of the table. Brilliant. And that's all done. What I'll also do actually is we'll import OS as well, and we'll just os.system clear. Oh, so not clear. If you're in Linux, it's clear. I'm in Windows today, so we need to do CLS, and that will enter. It will just clear the screen. And there is your beautiful table. So that's all you need to do, really. That's the basic code for your table. Not a lot of code there, really. What you can do also is you can put this, if you've got lots of tables that you need to print out at different times in your program, it's a good idea to put this whole piece of code here inside of its own function called draw table. So it'd be define draw table. And you can call, there you go, you can request data, and here, and that will put the data in there, and then data, and you could do the length of each row as well there. So if you do that where it's got length there, then obviously here you're gonna have to change this 20. In fact, actually, would that be a good idea? No, we'll leave that. Otherwise you're gonna have to change those, and then you're gonna have to work out how long those are and do some kind of maths. Now we'll leave that for the moment. So there you go. So it'll look something like that. So here now it will put data there. Should we call it source data? Let's call it source data. Source data, because then it's different to my big data. Oh no, in fact, no, what we'll do, leave that as data, and then that should work anyway. It should be fine. There we are. We'll call this, rename this, and we'll call this mock data. Mock data. Mock data. There we go. And then what you can do is you can just run your table at the bottom with that function. So draw table, brackets, and then just give it mock data as the table source. So now you can use this function with any two-dimensional table and it will just print it out. So let's just try that. Let's save that and let's run it. There we go. So it's run that table. And if you give it a different table name, it will run the different table as well. There you go. Any questions or comments, just drop me a line, if at all. And if you've got any suggestions or requests for future tutorials, then just add something in the YouTube comments. Thank you very much.